This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com for November 6, 2019. We can see here GWPH is down about 15% as the market is just opened here. Let's take a look at the charts and do some hindsight analysis so we can understand what the charts look like before today's drop. Again, all this on hindsight, but we're going to be using methods that we know work. So let's draw a couple of lines. Let's begin with the obvious one based on the uniformity principle, which is my own research method. Links are going to be in the description of the video. So we're going to go and take a look at where we broke down recently, which is here. And we can use that information. Anytime we have uniform activity rejection on this line that is derived from that RSI break. So this RSI breakpoint right there, we can draw a uniformity line, which is what I call the uniformity line. Should look something like that. Anytime we hit this line and are rejected, that should be in itself a reason to expect a pullback. Again, remember this is for the close of yesterday, November 5th. So we can see early signs of resistance here before today's drop. So that's one line. Let's draw another line. And this time we are going to go to the RSI top side. This is the 2-year weekly, just to be clear. And you can see we take the recent highs of the RSI. As of yesterday's close, the weekly was showing some signs of resistance there. Now you can draw another line, which would be a backtest line. Take this RSI lows again and touch that RSI low right there. What you get is a line that we can use as a backtest line, something like that. And again, the same area was showing signs of potential rejection. Now remember this line I had drawn here, the uniformity resistance line. Well, there's a way we can also arrive at that line, and is to come back and figure out, go back and take a look at the previous reaction when we broke this area here. You can see prices drifted lower. We can draw the line extension from here. You can see how it comes and just pretty much lines up with the previous line we had drawn. So that line is legit. Also, we can see how this line has been useful in a previously when we moved above the line, the stock had a chance of moving higher, which it did. So we can see at yesterday's chart situation here, this looked like potential resistance. Now I should qualify this and say we have to be always careful. Just because it was showing resistance doesn't mean that there's a scenario where it could have broken out, and by breaking out above those lines of resistance, it could have actually set the stage for a potential move to the upside. But we see it has responded by confirming resistance and heading lower as of today's trade. Alright, now take a look at the daily as of yesterday's close. And we're just going to use a simple Muathe uniformity principle here, or setup. And again, go back to my uniformity principle. Links are going to be in the description if you're new to this. And what the Muathe uniformity method does is to use the chart itself to understand critical areas. This is the daily closing high. And we can see that there was a trend line break right here. And that break was critical in bringing stock prices lower. So since this closed on a daily basis, we've essentially not been back to those levels. So we take that understanding that this RSI break was important and critical, draw a line right there, something like that. Remember, this is yesterday's close. Now that blue line conveniently happens to be around the RSI 61.8 level, which meant that area was important. So as of yesterday's close, we had a double top on that line. Yes, it is hindsight analysis, but we also know there was a scenario where we could have broken out above the line and moved higher. But as you can see, as of right now, reflecting today's price move, we can see that this has turned into confirmation of resistance. Hence the big down day. And remember, we study the charts because there's a lot of information packed in this chart. For example, I did not mention this backtest line, but that's a discussion for another day. And if we take a look At the weekly chart right now, you can see the line we are drawn with resistance. As you can see here, multiple lines all giving us potential resistance here, and the market has responded with a 16% drop. Links for more information are gonna be in the description of this video. Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. ERC. I'm out.